What was the name of that movie? Was it the Five Heartbeats? Anyway, I love the fact when Big Red, was it the Five Heartbeats? They were gonna sign the group, and he came over acting like he was so happy. He didn't know too much about them, and they were just amazing. Turns out he was a shark. He was good at finding new talent or talents, working the books. He's like a P. Diddy type of guy. We'll tell you why we brought that up in a second. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. We're reporting tonight. We're in the free state of Texas. We're coming to you live from the good old city of Allen. Does anybody know where Allen is? Beautiful city, beautiful town. It's peaceful, safe. Allen doesn't play. It's kind of like Plano, but Allen, you're not coming to Allen with your crap. They don't want any subways over there. They don't want any bus. They don't want any of that stuff. No trains. They don't want the crap coming into their city, and I don't blame them. Good old free state of Texas. You don't even need a gun permit. It's very different from New York and California, Texas. Texas is just a good state. Great law enforcement. All of the Amazon. Everybody's moving down here. The big businesses, big stuff. Big. New York is filled with social services, welfare, cracked out black population, bunch of housing projects and Section 8 and bunch of heroin addicts, just like California. Every state has a hard time, but some of these bigger states, they come to power and they just destroy. The cities just destroy the state, just terribly. Ladies and gentlemen, Qatar is probably going to be the first country to ask the United States to leave. With no disrespect, they wrote a letter today and they said, which was shocking. Their foreign ministry department said, "We asked you not to do this." Now, just so you didn't know, Qatar hosts the biggest United States military base in the GCC countries and in the Middle East. The newest, biggest. And we always got to be careful. Our troops are out there working. We want to always protect their life, their morale, and let them know that we're with you. You might be listening. You might be a soldier. You got a chance to tune in and listen to this. We know you work hard. We know you're fighting for us. And we love you and we miss you. We want you to come home at some point. We can't wait. But we have business to take care, and I have to represent for the troops right now, right here. Again, Qatar started off as a mediator. They host the largest military base in the Middle East, most modern. Every military base in the Middle East is now either closed, temporary, out of service. A lot of our military personnel have to make other arrangements. Don't want to talk about any of those or speculate. I just know that they have to make other arrangements. Also, our military personnel in the ocean on the aircraft carriers, many of them had to make other arrangements as well. Fire started. Hundreds of them were without beds. And so they had to make, unfortunately, these things happen. It's part of war. They had to make other arrangements. Now, Qatar comes out and says today, we asked you, United States of America, please do not start this war with Iran. We begged you. This is what they said. And now the consequences of this war for us is catastrophic daily. We cannot sustain this economic burden that was dropped on us. Qatar, we'll read this again. It said, we asked you, we begged you, please do not start this war with Iran as we calculated. And we knew better what would come out of this. Now, not only did they know that the Strait of Hormuz were going to be closed, they knew that all of the military bases were going to be struck. How could they know that? And we seem to have not noticed that was going to happen, or Israel, we have not known this would happen. Now, I have a message for Benjamin Netanyahu. Where is he? Sir, I'm going to be upfront with you. I love you. Think you are one of the strongest prime ministers the world has ever produced. There's none like you. You are a strong prime minister. But I need you to set your beer down. This is not your fault. You don't need to explain. You should put your beer down. You've had 12 beers. Benjamin, you are drunk. You are completely wiped out. I'm going to take you home. I'm going to take your keys from you. This is not your fault. You needed to drink, but you are drunk out of your mind. Beer is coming out of your ears. And we're going to get you home and we'll explain all of this in the morning. You cannot drink anymore. That's a Reynolds wrap. It's not up for discussion. Israel cannot take. Now, again, I'm not going to repeat this again. Israel cannot take even 48 hours more of this type of bombardment. Now, we, on our flat earth, are a long ways away, and we get to go home, at least most of us. You're staying here in the Middle East with Iran. You need to think about that. Same thing with Ukraine. You can fly and talk to anybody and everybody you want. Get France and everybody involved, but your ass, at the end of the day, is stuck with Vladimir Putin. You need to think about that. Of course you're not. We have stepped in the worst situation. I want you to listen to me, America. Listen to me. Listen to this beautiful voice. Hear me. Hear me. I want you to listen to me very carefully. The MAGA movement have been literally broken overnight. It's like for the first time when you see Mike Tyson lose. I mean, you just in awe. In awe. I don't want to tell you how this ends because I don't want you to think anything other than what you need to think right now. So let me not go on the record and tell you how this ends, this war in Iran. But let me tell you this. MAGA is broken. You can say what you want. A lot of my friends are going to be disappointed. You are a top conservative. Sean Hannity would be upset with you. Glenn Beck. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to teach you something. I am going to replace people like Sean Hannity. I am the new mind and voice of reason for this party. You need people like me. That's not going to lie to you. All of these punch-drunk, middle-aged white men who are walking around ultra MAGA, ultra. Look, we need somebody. We need Joe Rogan. We need somebody from the Latter-day Saints. Is there anybody out there, Jehovah's Witness, anybody who can step up and do something respectfully? Benjamin is drunk, and President Trump needs to drink. He's too sober. Neither one of these guys, who I absolutely love, have a clue on what the hell they're doing at this moment. We need Joe Rogan, anybody, Snoop Dogg, Martha. Can anybody step up? And this is where you know that we have messed up. When Iran is showing signs of a baby Russia or China where they can hit like that, 3 weeks in, drop this type of projection of power. And keep it going this long, that should tell you right then and there, we have probably stepped into a landmine. We cannot move forward and we can't get out. We are in a hell of a problem, a quagmire. But again, nobody will tell the truth. Nobody will be honest with the American people. We're going to just get on the news and say we won in day one, we won day two, week three, week two, week one. We won in the first couple of hours. It's over already. We're just there for a little bit longer, but it's really over. This is what we're going to do instead of telling the truth to the American people. So maybe we can give you more thoughts, more prayers, more money. We can be more supportive. But when you tell somebody that this is over already, we won, but we see, wait a minute, that's not what the reports, that's not what the media, that's not what the clips are showing. The international news is not showing that. That's not what we're actually seeing, sir. That's not what the numbers are saying. That's not what the troops are saying. And the sad thing that I can't even believe it. But again, I've been watching this for some time. So I actually can understand to a degree. But I would have never guessed in a million years that Russia, China, and India is now being looked at and projecting maturity over the United States. They are calling on all parties to cease hostilities and perhaps negotiate, talk the international markets and global economy have suffered unbearable price because of the concerns of the U.S. Iran's nuclear weapons. They can't do this and can't do that. You are willing to bury troops because of your opinion of right now what you don't want them to have and don't have. You are willing to tank the international economy. You are willing to raise gas prices just to get these people, a few of them, out of office. You are willing to destroy your opportunity and your third term legacy just for a bunch of Iranian Muslims. What is wrong with you? You are willing to give the Democrats the midterm elections. You are willing to have the media punish you. You are willing to do all of this, ladies and gentlemen. You may think I don't love my president. You would be wrong. You may think I'm not with the president still. You would be wrong. You may think this is going to be over shortly. They look like they got a negotiation possibly in the works. We don't. It is not my place to say too much, but I think any decent leader, any decent pundit, any decent spectator can clearly see how this is going to go. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think we are days and hours away from seeing something we've never, ever seen before. I can almost imagine we have no clue what is coming. When we took out their supreme leader who was visiting with his granddaughter and all the little girls that was in that school and all of their top leaders, it was like basically being in an airplane and the control switch broke. There's no way to land the plane. Iran is going to go to the death. And they're going to take Israel with them. That's their mindset. I don't think everyone knew this except the president and except Benjamin. Saudi Arabia knew clearly what Iran had. They watched the shipments. They knew, China knew what Iran had. And they haven't even put out their top weapons yet. Russia knew. North Korea knew. Jordan knows. Iraq knows. Everybody and their mother know what Iran has. Everybody. This is why, to this day, the GCC have not hit back. As much as Iran have damaged the United States military bases in their country, they have not fired a weapon back. They know if you do, we will spank you unbelievable. Iran has demonstrated now they run that neighborhood. It's over. They are the regional hegemony in that community. We gave that to them. I'm telling you what I know. Iran runs the Middle East now. And you know the hardest thing to do is educate an American person. You can take somebody from the Philippines, China, India. That's why they come here. They are so advanced. These people start off with businesses. They don't start with jobs. They don't start with $10, $20 hour jobs. They start off with $60 an hour jobs. These people are brilliant when they come to this country. They take up all the jobs. They open up their own businesses. And dumbass Americans argue about color, wages, and they're taking all our jobs. They're not taking your jobs. They're starting businesses so they can give your ass a job. That's the truth of the matter. They're not taking your jobs. They're coming and they're starting businesses, LLCs, corporations. Now I want you to listen to me. And I want you to listen good. If this war does not come to a completion in 48 hours, mark my words, you will be in awe on what Iran has in their arsenal. I want the American people to understand me. Could you imagine if Iran had 10 years ago nuclear weapons and never said nothing about it? And we keep talking about they can't get a nuclear weapon. There's 60%, 40%. Imagine that. Imagine if they have weapons, hypersonic vehicles you would never expect. Imagine if Russia, out of friendship and out of love, and China gave them the top weapons that they have, and they have yet to use them yet. Could you imagine Israel have no clue? America has no clue. And the deeper that they get into this war, that's why Europe didn't enter. They go like this. Damn, them niggas is actually, oh, wait, where did they get that from? Who gave, nobody didn't mention that. That's not what the paper says. The paper didn't tell me they had weapons like that. The paper didn't say that they could do that. What we read on a scouting report was that these was a bunch of dingy Muslim niggas who got a few rockets, and in about 6 days, these niggas gonna be begging us, running, talking about Allahu Akbar. We did not know that these niggas got galactic weapons. When was somebody gonna tell us? We all knew that. That's what I don't understand about what my country have come to. I knew that these people have been nuclear at least 10 years already. While you keep saying they can't get a nuclear weapon, they got one already. North Korea got one already. They've been had the weapon 10 years ago. So what are we doing then? You're walking into a trap we've been trying to tell you. I want every one of you white Americans, mainly, to listen to this. Black people, I don't even expect them to even understand what I'm talking about. I need my white folk to listen to me. Listen to me. For the last 10 years, I said like this to myself. I said, why is these fools keep talking about we can't allow them to get a nuclear weapon? We can't. What you need to be honestly saying is we can't let them keep the nuclear weapons. They have nuclear weapons already. So we are so stupid. And it's like basically, I want you to imagine what I'm saying, because I know I love you. You understand me? Imagine I tell you, listen to me. I need you to come with me to this guy's house, and he lives on my block in my neighborhood, and I don't trust him. He's on medications. We have to go in a house, tie him up, and take away all his knives. We cannot allow him to have weapons in his home because he may hurt our kids or somebody in the neighborhood. And you go, yeah, let's go over there. We'll get a bat and a crowbar, and some mace, and we're gonna go over there, and we're gonna take away anything that's considered a weapon. A chainsaw. We'll go in his garage. We'll take screwdrivers. We'll put them in one big bag, a truck. We're gonna take all of his knives. We're gonna take all of that shit. And you get to the house, and he starts firing a machine gun. He's got infrared on his gun. He got handguns. The nigga's dressed like he's in the military. Wait a minute. You didn't tell me none of this shit. You said that he had knives, and this is what the America's doing right this second. They went to a country that made oil deals with China. They made business deals with BRICS and business deals with Vladimir Putin for technology, weapons, etc. In exchange, as a brotherhood of Freemasons, Russia said, we'll give you the top-notch weapons. We know that they're coming for you, and you've been training. China said, we will lay out a blueprint, and we will build you an underground city, the likes of which the world has never seen. We're going to make you, since you're the sacrificial lamb that they're coming for, in their list of Muslim countries they got to disarm, we're going to create you and make you into RoboCop. And so here comes the U.S. at the end of his 250-year hegemony. Instead of strutting off into the sunset nicely and letting the next new world power come into play, whoever that's going to be, or whatever that's going to be, the next new world order, we go, unfortunately, head first with good old Benjamin to stop Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. And no one told us that Russia and China have given them satellites. Lord have mercy. They've given them the top lightning, hypersonic, 10-ton, 5-ton, 3-ton, 2-ton, Mach 15, Mach 20 weapons. And we sitting over there. And instead of saying, oh, damn, Russia's helping them. They've been helped them. What are you talking about? They had these weapons from Russia at least 3, 4, 5, 10 years ago. China has finished building their underground cities at least 5 years ago. They have been ready. Like a crack house sitting in the neighborhood. You have no idea what's going on inside that crack house. America sat there and looked at all of these targets on the left, on the and Israel, all of these buildings that was empty, and talking about there's weapons in there, and we're just killing talk. We whooping the shit out of them, not knowing they're like the upside down. They have a city underground filled with Wi-Fi, coffee, the latest beds, plumbing, internal communication systems and radio that has nothing to do with the upside world. So everything you're destroying and depleting is wasting your stockpiles. And the moment you get to the 6th round, we're going to fuck you up. We wanted this. We begged for this. We need this. There is no negotiation. We are fucked up. Our nose is bleeding. Our eyes are busted. We don't get it. They planned this. This was a trap laid by Vladimir Putin, laid by Xi Jinping. The president doesn't get it. We walked into a landmine. You cannot back up. You cannot go forward. That's what we don't understand. I knew that because I have watched Iran. I have watched what we did and what we said over the years since George Bush on what we were going to do. Iran knew that. Farrakhan knew that. Joe Rogan knew that. Probably Oprah knew that. Snoop Dogg might have. Everyone knew that Iran had capabilities that only a fool would go into that terrain and put troops on the ground. Are you smoking crack? And the average American thinks that we are the same America from 10 years ago. We are an old dog. Our eyes are a lot worse. Our teeth is loose. We don't have the same grip as the young pit bull we used to be. We don't get that. And we are so stupid and arrogant. And we're projecting that we are that same dog. Instead of just going out gracefully with the respect that America should have, and people don't mess with us because they know what we've done in the history. But no, we got to go out on our shield and with a bang, and to keep telling we have the greatest military. Our military is so depleted. We have to do a draft. And I'll go. I sure will. We don't have enough weapons. Our government is partially shut down. Our defense missiles and interceptors are damn near depleted. Israel had done ran out already. I don't know if you know that already. They done ran out. And so we keep trying to find a way to hold a ceasefire or create one because Israel, we got to pause it without nobody knowing that Israel needs a timeout. They in the middle of a heavyweight bout and they got to run to the bathroom in the back, but the television is everybody watching. How you going to get back there to take a piss? You can't. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is not, man, you doubting America, man. You niggas stupid. You down Israel. Sir, you just have no, this is a shame. Today, 12 U.S. troops were hit. Today. We don't know the complete, and it might be more, we don't know the complete condition of these brothers and sisters. All we know that they were struck. We don't know if some died, and we don't know by the end of the night if some is going to be dead or in critical condition. The word is not, and this happened in Saudi Arabia. The Middle East is now at this point ready to ask us to go, pack your stuff and go. We'll deal with Iran. I promise you, Qatar said that tonight. We would rather deal with Iran as is, but we need the U.S. to stop this war. They Google it right now. They said we have taken catastrophic losses. We can't do this no more. And we're still in America catering to the soccer moms and all of the beautiful evangelical Christians. Oh, we winning, guys. We out here looking good. And the GCC is bleeding and saying, sir, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? We are devastated over here. The Middle East is broken. Our people want our blood because they are listening to Iran as Muslims, and they're compassionate now to Gazans and the Palestinian people. Iran has made themselves the superhero for crackheads, for ghetto niggas, for niggas in the jail. They're forgotten about Muslims who can't afford the Saudi Arabia suits. That's who Iran made themselves. We're talking for Iraq. We're speaking for Lebanon. We're talking for Pakistan. The entire Muslim world is behind them now. While we sit up here eating steak and A1 sauce talking about, man, this shit is, we got, iced tea, everything's all right. It is not. The New York Post just put out a video. I wish I can show you. They're showing hundreds of ballistic missiles falling out the sky like someone threw a handful of rocks up a little bit over your head and they all just fell on top of you. And the people in the comments, if you read the comment, they're saying, damn, do they got the Iron Dome on Sabbath mode? Sabbath mode? It ain't knocking down one of them hoes. Like, what, did they forget to press the button? No, what? People, it is not even funny, though. We told you a week ago they was running out of defense capabilities. Now they just falling on. I mean, let me calm down. Let me get a hold of this. We at a point, if we don't have an adult to stop this, they will mop the floor with Israel. You better be lucky that the U.S. is even here to make this into somewhat of a fair fight. Just imagine that. You literally have about 60 countries going up against one country in Iran. California, New York, these are countries, I count them as. New Jersey, all of these countries have sent troops along with Israel, and Iran is keeping up with them with the hand speed, fighting them and wailing on us, knocking out our satellites, closing down our military bases. Benjamin, you're drunk. I love you. Come here, give me a hug. I love you, sir. I'm not even joking. Sir, give me your keys. There is no good people right now. And I hate to say this, the Democrats are the only ones who are using common sense at this point, wanting Trump to not only stop this war, and Benjamin Netanyahu, even Europe is sitting there going like this. Look, we're not getting involved with this. Number two, we don't want to use our bases. Number three, you need to stop this. China is looking like they're the new world power. They're like, you need to stop. Y'all need to stop. The damn strait is closed. Niggas can't get their oil. Y'all holding up the damn line out here acting stupid. Because you talking about they can't get some damn weapons. Well, what that got to do with India? What that got to do with France? We can't get our energy because your silly ass out here playing with Iran. And did not know that they had this. When they almost hit the Garcia Vega base, the Diego Garcia, Europe said like this. Google. I said, oh, damn, them niggas. Well, we only thought y'all only had a few hundred feet of weapons. Now, these niggas up here got about 2,000, 3,000, 15,000 kilometer weapons. When was y'all going to tell us that? And the Chinese sitting back like this. Now, imagine that was us in a war with America. They would have been wiped our ass like no other. You couldn't even believe it. We talking about we want to go to war with China? And look how Iran is handling us? We talking about we want business with Russia? And look how Iran is doing us? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now, all I'm asking for is an adult to stop this war. I don't want no more troops killed. Please. Israel, back down. America, back down. Iran, back down. Stop right now. This war is worse than what's happening in Ukraine. This is worse than what happened in Vietnam. And it's so sad that we won't even get to know it until when it's over and we assess the damage. The amount of footage that they're going to show you that you've never seen of what Iran was really capable of. You see, let me give you one last example. Imagine you had a fighter who was winning a fight and we were in the 10th round. And accidentally, a headbutt ensued. and his entire left eye swole closed in a matter of minutes. Now he's up 7 rounds. The other guy may have only 1 round. And as you get into the 8th and the 9th and the 10th, the other guy eye is swelling. But he's winning the fight. But he can't even see now. He's up 9 rounds. All he got to do is win 2 more and he won. But the corner said, we can't let you do that. Your eyes are swollen shut. You can't even see. We have to stop the fight. No, I got 2 more rounds. I got this. We have to stop the fight. Israel and America, in some cases, have taken out leaders. They basically went around to a few jack-in-the-boxes and took out the general managers, but the assistant manager can still run it. The shift leaders can still run it. The regular clerks can still run the operation. This is what we don't understand. So while you're telling us, look, we got this leader and that leader and this leader and that leader, and we took out this leader and that leader and this leader and this many target sites, and we saying, sir, you don't see what's falling out the sky though on Israel? You don't see that every single one of our military bases are destroyed. Every one of our radar systems are destroyed. Y'all don't see that? Yeah, but we got this leader and that leader and this leader and that leader. You don't see that they hit our aircraft carrier and we had to back that hoe up. Yeah, but we got this leader and that leader and that. Lord have mercy. Do you know how many military personnel is either hurt, injured, or dead? Yeah, but we got this leader and that leader and this leader and that leader. Our allies are not coming to fight because the way you talked to them, the way you went into this, and you did not plan it. But we got this leader, and that. Our deficit because of this war. We got this leader, and this leader. Oh my God. The Strait of Hormuz is closed. We got this leader, that leader, that leader. They have mines in the water. We took out this target and that target and this target. They are still hitting you more accurately. As the war go by, they're hitting you with cleaner shot. We got to stop the fight. We got to throw in the towel. It don't matter if you're up. They're hitting you. You have to live to fight another day. I can't let you take punishment like that. They are hitting Israel so accurately. We've never seen nothing like that. Israel has never. They've had I think a war one time where they was fighting like 7 countries, including Egypt and this one and that one. Iran alone is doing the damage of 10 countries against Israel. They've literally closed every single United States military base in the Middle East. I don't think you understand what we're saying. You don't get it. They have shut down all productions. No ships can go through the Strait of Hormuz. Do you get what we're saying? They have got NATO not even wanting to enter this fight. Europe is not even in it. They've summoned all Muslims around the world to support them. We have lost this already. And they're still in the middle of a government shutdown asking for more money, put more troops in there. We're drunk. Now, you probably can beat them on a sober day. You with your girlfriend and your pride is there. Some guy looked at her breasts. You got mad. You had about 7 drinks. You went to go knock him out and slipped on a piece of ice, hit your head. You dizzy, and you still talking about, no, I got this. I'm going to fuck him up. And you slurring, falling over. And they telling you, stop, sir. You've been drinking. Just wife, take him home. This is what American Israel is doing. You're completely drunk, unfortunately. And Iran wants you to keep coming. They are winning the respect of the world, because not only are you talking about two dominant nuclear world powers, we are throwing haymakers and hitting America clean for the first time in its face. You've never seen a fight like this. People are learning to respect them. And maybe not you in America, but the Philippines is. Maybe not you in New York, but all of Africa is sitting on the fence like, damn. China is like, oh, god damn. Russia, Romania, Iraq, Iran, Turkey. They're watching this. And while you keep reporting bullshit to your constituents and your beautiful soccer moms and your nice Christian family and everything, we are sitting here reporting the real shit. Europe is running the real network about what's going on, the real show. And they are fucking us up. Excuse my French. They are whipping our ass against two mighty niggas. They out here looking like the 300 in that movie against all of these barbarians, and they holding the fort. I'm not kidding you, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot continue to keep doing this. Cut it right now. If you leave it just right now as we speak, at best they'll say it was a tie. At best. And we'll still win because we at least publicly took out their leaders. So in that case, they're going to be like, well, I guess, after you look at the replay, America did, kill all they niggas now like that, And so, you got to get this fight to America. If you don't, and the fight continues, they're going to say, this is so close that you got to give it to Iran. The fact that you, at a ceasefire, your weapons can keep going, and you've done this much damage, and you managed to kick them out of the Middle East, bro, we lost. For the first time in natural history, while niggas is alive with television and replay and Blu-ray, we literally lost. I can't believe it. None of us can. Upset. Could you imagine a basketball group up 3-0 and a team come back and win all 4 games in a row? This is what Iran has the possibility to do if we don't stop right now. And you better not use a nuclear weapon on them either, because they'll shoot one right back. But not only that, is the international community will rebuke us. We have no wins. There's no way out of this. Israel has run out of interceptors, and their skies are wide open. And Iran has damn near over 60,000, at least 20,000 of upgraded weapons we ain't even seen. I mean, these things are so damn fast. They faster than the speed of sound and light. I'm not even kidding you. Well, how do you know that? How do you not know that? And these folks have been preparing for 25 years. Their best friends is Russia and China, who has hypersonic missiles. They have hypersonic vehicles that can re-enter. They don't even need to use liquid fuel. They use propellers that are lightning speed quicker, Mach 15 speed, 4-ton warheads, 5-ton warheads. Do you understand what is going on here? Or are you that freaking drunk with the American red, white, and blue in your Kool-Aid that you are willing to get the troops killed just to prove a point? This is not a fight you can just send the guys in there, go in and send them in there, let them know roof, and bring them back in body bags, because you did not have enough common sense to go and imagine. I told a bunch of my guys, listen, I want you to go over there to the Blood neighborhood. There's an abandoned building with Bloods inside. I want you to go in there and throw a bunch of rocks and bricks. And when they come out, hit them with rocks and bricks. And scream out, Crip, nigga, Crip, Crip. You go over there like a dummy, throwing rocks and stuff. They come out and shoot and start killing niggas. What, you thought they was going to fight you with brass knuckles? You thought they was going to come out and throw rocks back? I didn't tell you, and you should have known that they got guns in there. Wouldn't you say, man, them niggas was done? Why would you go over there doing all of that with no guns of your own? That's what we're doing. We're gonna send the troops over there to throw rocks, bricks, and stones, land on the island. And these people got weapons that you ain't never even seen before. I'm packing up my YouTube. I'm closing down my YouTube. I'm closing all my social media. I don't want to talk about this no more. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. MAGA is completely broken and in one night. This is like some prophecy shit in Daniel, the book of Daniel or the book of Jeremiah. In one night, MAGA was broken. Child, we was riding high like the eagle. You hear me? We had it all ready. We was going to lock a bunch of peoples up. We was going to get Jeffrey Epstein files out and show the Democrats and messed up everything and they nasty. We was going to make America great again, honey. Okay, we was going to refill the military and everything like that, the police department. We was going to give you no tax on tips, baby. We is winning. You hear me? We done cleaned out with Doge, all of the fraud, child. We up here winning, baby. You hear me? Ain't nothing can stop us now. And then somehow, I mean, this nigga got this investor coming here. The Japanese came to the White House. So we're going to donate 2 million, 3 million. We're going to donate 600 million. We said, woo, wow. Hey, look at this here. We winning. Look at us. Look at God. And then all of a sudden, Benjamin Netanyahu comes to the White House after all these other leaders. And then we got into a war. And just that quick, it's all over. The entire MAGA dream has died. Now you ask me, how in the hell could something like that happen? How in the living hell, in a blink of an eye, MAGA has just died like that? That don't make no sense. That lets you know that God don't play with God. When he sent that eclipse and he told you, America, don't you listen to Israel. I'm gonna put an X over your country. Yeah, somebody go look this up. Y'all niggas don't listen. They marked the country with an X. I swear to God, it was done in the sky like a highlighter, a marker, a Sharpie. Your population may not know what that is. Israel know what that is. The British know what that X means because they had one themselves. The Greeks had one. The Romans had one. Even the Soviet Union had one. The Japanese had one. All of the major world powers that used to be has all got their X. And we gave you your X just before your 250-year anniversary. Hallelujah. And the message that came down from the heavens is, you great nation, you will be spared and allowed to live out your days as a former hegemony, the same way the Britain got to live out their days and still be an effective global player and, global economy, but they not the world power no more. And nobody in their right mind believe that the British is the world power. You know it's America. China's even more vast than British. Even India got a bigger economy, more people that live there than Great Britain. Yeah, they passed them. Damn near Dubai and anybody else done passed Great Britain, damn near. So America was going to get the same break. Now the people don't even know this. We was going to get to live out our days with a good economy, a modern country, as China or whoever go and become the new world power, we would still be intact, to still be a huge influence. The only thing God asked of us, if you want to enjoy this, never go to war again. That was the only thing that we was told to do. And guess what? Our president ran on that. No more endless wars for us. I'm the president of peace. Then Israel said, "Oh, Mr. President, I'll be the one that go to war. Oh, we need you just to back us up. Don't worry. What did God really say to you? That if you eat of the fruit that you will positively die? Huh, Eve?" They came in and we disobeyed God. And as a result, I mark my words, as a result, you're going to learn why when that X come over your country and you disobey, God has the power to be who he is. I'm not going to say anything else that because our troops are out there fighting for their life, their military bases are shut down, our aircraft carriers are having technicalities. Shit you ain't never even heard of fucking with God. The damn laundry room don't work no more and the shit is on fire. What? A friendly fire knocked a couple of jets out of the sky. What? Are you got to be kidding me? How? You remember that ex over your country when he said don't go to war again? They done knocked out all the radar systems. You lying. Every single one of them. No, Russia must be helping them. They done closed down all the goddamn bases. Mm-hmm. You nigga, you lying. Nope. Aircraft carrier retreating, moving 100, 2,000 kilometers back. How? What? No. Mm-hmm. The troops are sleeping where? On the floor. Mm-hmm. Nigga, you lying. I wish I was. We could have made America great again. Think of why would we have to make it great again? Because our time had come. It's not a bad thing. Everybody gets their time in the sun. The Vatican used to be so vast. And they got their ex, and they still was able to live out their days. They got every beautiful thing you can imagine out there in Italy. You just can't be the world power again. Your time is up. It's just like Kobe, no offense, sitting on the bench, or LeBron retiring. You just can't play again. Jordan, you can be Jordan. Go out there, make your money, do what you do. You just can't play basketball again. That's it. It's nothing bad. You just can't play. America, you can stay a global entity, great money, and all of these great airports and everything. Now you can build and do what you do. You just can't go to war again. That's it. And instead of us listening, all we had to do was build our tolls, our tunnels, our bridges, sell some weapons, give up our influence, take care of our people, and God would let us make it. While we watch the affairs of the world and the new world powers take over and knew this and knew that. But Israel came and said, look, God ain't gonna really get at you if you do this. Trust me. We the chosen people. He ain't gonna get mad if you come help us out because Iran is bad. They're the terrorists. So help us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you this because I love this country. I'm telling you this because you need to wake up. Now come the days of the new age. The ice age is over, the golden age, the age of America, the age of colonialism, it's over. The age of the Templar Knights is over. The age of the crusade is over. The age of the dinosaurs is over. The age of the communists, Russia, is over. The age of Ethiopia and Kushite and all that other stuff is over. The age of the great Greeks and Alexander is over. The age of the Romans and Caesar is over. What don't you get, you beautiful American people, poetically? Our time is over. Who do you think you are not to accept the time that God gave you? Mike Tyson it's over. Muhammad Ali, it's over. Magic, it's over. Who do you think you are? Americans. Not to respect the time and the glory that God gave you. I let you be great. I let you dominate. I let your currency go all over the place. I even let you do slavery and still let your nation make it. I let you do music, entertainment, television, jazz, blues. I gave it all to you. There was none like you. I gave you everything like Adam and Eve in the garden. All I said was just don't eat of this fruit. That's all I told you. I let you have everything. And I told you your time was up. And you spit in my face. And your pride, the same pride we've seen happen in Egypt, the same pride we've seen happen to other nations. They said, well, God can't possibly do anything to us. We got all the weapons. So if we did want to go to war, who the hell going to do something about it? I'm America. So if we want to go F up Iran one last time, just one more for the block, you know? And then the aircraft carrier, what the hell is wrong with the sewer system? That's when they start thinking about it. Damn, why my car ain't starting? I just brought it Tuesday. Didn't God tell you not to do that? But how could that have happened? What? You don't get it. When God gave Moses an instruction and he didn't listen, he didn't get to go in the promised land, did he? When the old children of Israel was spared and they went and started worshiping golden calves, and what happened? They was taken back into slavery, wasn't they? They just didn't listen. Rome was at the top of its height, child. There was nobody who could match the might of the Roman Empire. They said the empire was so goddamn vast, and then they were gone. Like the never-ending story. The Ottomans were just so enormous. The Great Britain, they said that the sun doesn't set on the empire. That's how big it was. Could you imagine that? And they're gone. All I'm trying to tell you, baby, is we don't listen. I'll give you 3 things that's going to happen, and I won't tell you no more. I'll start with the first one. One country will ask us, please, go home. No offense, I love you. Maybe in the future we can do business. Mark my words. They're going to ask us to go home and close down a military base in the Middle East. That was going to be the first one. I don't know if the other ones are going to follow suit. That's up to you. You do your own research. You figure it out. You wait and see what's going to happen. Let me tell you, number 2, what's going to happen. Israel is going to call on the international community to stop Iran because it has ran out of capabilities to protect itself. And they're going to call on the world to turn to Genesis, Psalms, Revelation, and that's us right there. So come help us. We God's people. Come on here and get us out this here thing. Help us out. Get Iran to stop. The British, bring your aircraft carrier, France, because we need you to block these weapons while we reload. Israel will call on the world and to make Iran stop, and Iran will not listen. I can guarantee you. They will say, well, if you don't, we're going to have to nuke you. I guarantee you that is coming in a matter of days. So far, those are 2 things. And the third thing, lastly, that I can guarantee you that's going to happen, mark my words. Are you listening to me? The Democrats are going to get back in power. And the moment they get in, the moment that they get in, The moment that they get in, they're going to start the impeachment process. They're going to send Maduro home. I can guarantee you that just about. The Democrats are coming. MAGA, I will tell you this with respect. The next time God gives you or gives us an opportunity, take him up on his offer. The next time God says to you, don't do this, don't do it, don't go back to war. Take what you got. I made you beautiful. I gave you everything. Indoor plumbing. You guys got the latest vehicles, the latest Wi-Fi, beautiful beaches, beautiful homes. You get to leave your power as the hegemony on top, like Mayweather, like a king supposed to. The only thing you were supposed to do is on your way out the door, since you're not the world power no more, is just fix up your airports, your tolls, your tunnels, and your bridges, and let people come and visit you and, do your tourism thing, take care of your peoples, and look like a beautiful 1950s Ford shined up old vehicle. Clean. Look at America. Look at that about America used to be. You ain't heard about America. America used to be that shit. Ain't nothing gonna ever beat it. And no, you seen China? Now don't worry about no China. China's high and this new is in charge or whatever, Russia, whoever, but no, you should have seen America, boy. They had blues, they had Motown, they had them cars, you understand me? Muhammad Ali, they had Michael Jackson. They were supposed to say America ain't nothing like it, baby. They had Broadway. That was who we were supposed to be. As we go out in glory, people were supposed to say, "Man, you don't get it, man." These people, they done start. They had TVs, okay, the black and white TVs back in the days, and they had Run DMC and America, boy. I'm telling you, man, they had Sammy Davis Jr. and Elvis. What? America? Yeah, America, boy. I'm telling you, man, it was bad. It was just a beautiful, like Motown, and it would have been respected, loved, missed, and something that you should have just been there. Now, we are coming to our 250-year anniversary, looking like we're giving weapons to people to go do international crimes. Oh, Lord. No, please, God, don't tell us that we're going out like this. We're still leaving. You're still leaving for being a hegemony. But now, they got a bill out that make it looks like you don't want to help the slaves. You don't want to help the African. What I'm trying to tell you is they are setting the deck now for America's 200-year anniversary. America is wearing all white for her party, her last go round. Yeah, the last rodeo. And all of a sudden, a big vehicle goes by and splashes water all over our white suit. That is what is about to happen to us. When we leave and exit out, they're going to say Gaza was our fault. Israel be there, he'll take a little bit of blame, but they're going to say Lebanon was our fault. Slavery was our fault. The destruction of our people, our military, our bases, our decline of our dollar, the removal of the petrol system and monetary gain system was our fault. Everything you can imagine will be blamed on the United States and publicly condemned by all nations, almost like the Bible describes a harlot who sleeps with all the nations, and at some point they turn around and turn on her and burn her. That is what we're setting up to become if we do not stop in our tracks. Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. Israel is supposed to be the people of God, and almost every nation is thinking that that Dead Sea Scroll was made up. That's just got to be bullshit. Even all that Bible, all this Christian shit y'all talking, y'all had to have come together and made a huge lie and spread it across on some colonial white bullshit supremacy crap. That's the way they're trying to change the narrative of Christianity and God based off of the blood, the murder of innocent children. They are changing and transforming Israel from looking like the children of God to the words of Minister Farrakhan, like a synagogue of Satan and a stolen ID of the true children of Israel. This is what is happening before your eyes, because we will not stop. And change the course that we're on. God is ruining, and I'm not blaming this on God, but God is allowing the ruin of America, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody can see it. We are running ourselves into a ditch. We're falling behind, and they're starting to say, who's running the show? Is it Benjamin or Trump? Who running the show? You hear it. 1,300 little girls were killed. 17,000 grandmothers. Then on top of that, they're going to add slavery in there because the blacks here in the church, the black church, they mad at America. Trump is racist. The gays is against him. Do you not see the storm that is coming? He done put Maduro in jail. He done went out and started a war without Congress. Do y'all not see what is coming? The storm that will sit over this country. You threw all of the foreigners out and you assassinated the cartel and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, a storm is brewing over this country, the likes of you have never seen before. And God said, when I'm done with you, because you broke the law, I was going to let you make it, baby. I need all of us to pray more than you've ever seen. Did you see the storm over Dubai? People said they never seen nothing like that. Do you know what's going on in Kazakhstan right now? Of course you don't. I expect you not to know. When God is finished with the Middle East and all them old Muslims over there, with all that gold and everything else like that, it's going to burn to the ground. Do you hear me? It will look worse than Gaza. Do you hear me? I'm telling you what I know. I've seen it as a child. It was in my dream. I didn't know what it was. It's all coming down. Do you hear me? Because they did not listen. That solar eclipse, and there's one more coming, baby. I promise you. Wait a minute, let me check the calendar, because I think that eclipse will be here. Oh, Lord. Yep. We got about 4 or 5 more months. It'll go look it up. This eclipse, they say this one is scary now, because this look like this the Judgment Day one. All them other ones was warning after warning after warning. They talking about, child, about 7 seconds, we gonna lose gravity. I ain't made that up. We talking about punishment now. You got your warning. The 7-year eclipse with lines hovering over the United States of America, which was the most eerie thing you ever seen. And the people up here so silly, they don't know what's going on. They out there with their glasses eating popcorn with their family. Oh, look at the eclipse. And they have no idea. Just like an order of a judge, when it comes down for a certain thing, they give you an order. This is the order of the court. You have to release the people. You have to do this. You have to take your kids there, here, and your marriage is over. It's an order. The universal court up there gave us an order. They gave us our first strike, and they put another one, which in the order was America cannot go to war. It was an order over the Supreme Court. It was an order over POTUS. It was an order over the Vatican, over the crown. They know what it was. It was an order that came down from the highest court, and we broke the order. Do you understand me, America? Do you understand what I'm telling you? Every nation that broke the order paid in such a devastating way. You would look at Rome today or Italy today and say, well, why is it so small? I heard all these stories about Alexander the Great and the Greeks did this and that. Greece is smaller than New Jersey. What? You nigga, you lying. Italy is smaller than damn near New York. What? How is that possible? Britain is smaller than Texas, England, London. Great Britain is smaller than Texas. What? They didn't listen. Damn. What happened if they would have listened? They would have left with a lot more. Could you imagine if you go to this? I'm gonna end on this note. Could you imagine if I took you to the casino and all you had was $20 and you bet the whole thing, or for $20 and you made $10,000? You bet the whole thing. After the $10,000, child, you ain't gonna believe that this is your night. You done made $1,000,000. And the guy says like this here: you can take your million, we'll cash it out for you, and you can walk. But if you keep playing, you're gonna go home owing the establishment. Oh man, I got $1,000,000, man. The hell with that. I got this. Trust me. Watch this. I'm gonna play just a little bit more. And then you go home and you don't even got your watch or your socks. You should have listened and stopped. That is what America is in, that situation right now. See, I'm going to end on this note, and then you're going to understand why Israel did this and why was Israel in a rush. When the Greeks was leaving, they told the Romans, come on over here. I'm dying. I fought nobly. We fucked up the Persians. We defeated the Ottomans and this one and that one. Saladin was no match for us. I want you to take this, Rome, and promise me that you're going to live forever and you're going to respect the order. Rome said, I got you. Die in peace. And they closed the eyes like Achilles' nephew, and Rome took over. Rome won vast wars, and then they got hit with the arrow. Rome said, Britain, come here. I need you to do me a favor. I'm dying. The man who gave me this was a Greek. He's dead. I need you to take over and be strong. Here's the blueprint. Here's the keys. Hello? Britain? Rome? Rome. Rome is gone. The British took over. They done a great job, and they got hit. And then they said, I'm dying. America, come here. America came over. I want you to take this sword. It was given to me by a great man and given to him by a great man. It's your time now. I'm Britain. I'm dying. I'm too old. Like the Queen of England. Here you go. America took it, and we've run our course. And now we are in that same position. And we told Israel, come on over here, Israel. It's your turn now. You're going to be the greater Israel, and you're going to take over all these lands, and the new world power is going to be over there. You only got to do is watch out. Unfortunately, we broke the rules. Israel, unlike the other world powers, they did not build themselves up to take over yet. They trying to, but they were having a hard time. because Iran is sitting in the way of their hegemony. The Greater Israel Project was supposed to be what Rome was. Rome had to make itself big. Great Britain had to make itself big. America had to do the Louisiana Purchase. They had to do the Wild Wild West and take over the 13 colonies. And eventually they became this huge Greater America project. Israel is trying to do the same thing. They needed to have gotten Egypt. They were supposed to get Iraq, Iran. They were supposed to get Kuwait, Afghanistan, from the river to the sea and all of that other kind of stuff, and Palestine. But for some reason, Israel is behind the eight ball. They are not taking over these countries, but they got another plan. Even though they look frail and they didn't do it, and the time is clicking. That's why Israel is in such a rush. They knew by the time that eclipse get here, America will not be able to help you no more because of what God told them. So if you don't hurry up and get America to help you get Iran weak and out of the way so you can now begin your new hegemony bid. And guess what? Unfortunately, we'll see what happens. Israel more than likely will not, for the first time in centuries, they will not pass on the hegemony power the way that the rest of them have done. The Greeks to the Romans to the Great British, the Great British to the Anglo-American Saxon American power, and the American power was supposed to give it to the Judeo-Christian Jewish community. And unfortunately, Israel did not complete the transfer of power. And so the time has lapsed. So now everybody's in a rush, swinging wildly like the 300. Remember when the other guys was there to help the 300? I forgot what they were called, but they were helping them. And they was not trained warriors. They were not fighters. They were swinging a sword all wild and making a mess of things. Do you remember that? Let's pause for a 30-second break. See, some things are not being explained to you. And so if some of this here don't make no damn sense, what in the world is Israel keep going at this one and that one and this one? This is their destiny. Israel only doing what they supposed to be doing anyway. Now, I'm not saying that that's good, bad, or ugly, but they're only doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're not doing nothing wrong in terms of something we don't know. I don't know why they doing that. They supposed to do that. America did the same thing. It could not come into power unless it did what it did. And what it was supposed to do is take over from the British. But before you do that, you need to make sure that you done got the 13 colonies full. Make sure that you done took over Cali. Make sure you done took parts of Mexico. Okay, you need to make sure that you take this and take that and get ready. Because you up next. And guess what? We completed it. Same thing with Rome. Rome was a little small thing when the Greeks said, here, it's yours. And what did Rome do? Rome went out there. They fought their ass off every night. They filled the streets with blood. And they got big like they were supposed to. And they was running this thing. The Greeks, the Ottomans, Persia did the same thing. When Persia was running it up, Persia went out there. They took over all this kind of land. Okay, they left with a little bit of Iran, but Persia was humongous. Persia took it all up. They wasn't playing. Same thing with the British. When they took over, the British ran it up. Now, everybody want to complain about Israel. Israel is only doing in real time what every other world power did before it. Now, people are just, oh, Israel is so brute. They so bloody. They evil. Israel ain't did nothing wrong. can read the Bible and read about all the world powers who did the same exact thing. The Egyptians did the same thing. The Ethiopians. Did y'all not know Ethiopia was a lot bigger than what it was? It had Eritrea that was part of Ethiopia. Somalia was part of Ethiopia. Egypt was part of Ethiopia. Why is it that Ethiopia is so small now? What happens to nations that are powerful, that have so many lands and so vast, but at the end of their days, they always turn out to be the size of New Jersey? And that's going to happen to us. At the end of the day, because we probably did not listen to God, when you see America years from now, we'll probably be only the size of Texas. And you're going to say to yourself, just like the British did, what happened to the British land? I don't get it. The British, when they show you the map, go look it up. Look at the map of the old British Empire. Child, that thing is so big, it was 4 times the size of America. The old Soviet Union, it was about 5 times the size of America, 5 times the size of Russia. Go look at it. The old Japanese Empire, child, that thing was so doggone big. They even had parts of China, the Japanese. Now you look at the Japanese, they about the size of Maine. How the hell does this happen? Because you're not a student of history. I watch the board. That's why you need to always keep this podcast and listen to me. Help me go out. I'm telling y'all the truth. And it never fails. It's just that this is the first time we are the first world power to be in such denial. In modern times, the people can't believe it will happen to us. The seceding of the states. What you think happened with Britain? They all succeeded from their union. What you think Brexit was about? That's just the beginning of a lot of other things you don't even understand. NATO going to do the same thing at some point. NATO's getting with their alliance with NATO is looking like it's breaking up. What you expect? It happens to us all. We're just in fantasy islands and think that that happened to the Romans, not us. Now, I don't know, the Greeks, that happened to them, not us. It even happened to India. India used to have Sri Lanka, Pakistan. Man, that was all India. You didn't know that? And now India has broken up. Nepal, that was all part of India. Go look it up. And at the end of their days, look at India now. Look at Russia now. And we believe in America. That ain't gonna happen to us. Not us. So you basically saying, as Americans, that this happened to every world power since the beginning of time. Even Babylon was such a great and vast power. You think that everybody else under the sun this happened to, and you going to be the first and only one that never has to go through this and be left with a fraction of what you used to be. You don't believe that? Then I got a bridge to sell you. I'm not saying nothing that's mean, wrong, or how dare you say that. The audacity is in the American who don't respect God. The audacity is in the American who believe that you are so much different and better than every other world power who face the same thing that I just named, all of them countries. What makes you so different? And it starts, the breaking and the cracking at the seams. Oh, it starts with this gender war, same-sex this. Same thing with Rome. Rome, they got so big, so vast. Same thing with the Greeks. They started having same-sex baths. And go look at old Rome. They started becoming over-sexualized, the women and the men. And, you know, the degradation started coming in. The food was lowered. The currency, they started messing up. They didn't listen. They started to decay. Filth and decadence filled their halls. The blood in the Colosseum, just like how we do today, but just a little different. and we became barbaric. I'm gonna take Maduro. Not, I'm not blaming Trump for nothing bad because he probably did a good thing. But the cracking of the seam is here. Because see, the Democrats don't see that as that was the right thing to do. Just like when Caesar was having issues with, what is it, Gracchus or whatever, and Mark Antony and everything, and they stabbed Caesar up, and the government broke down. They didn't have enough money to pay the soldiers, and you know what I'm saying? Little by little, dementia started kicking in, and that is our destiny, ladies and gentlemen. The same fate as Rome is our fate. The same fate as the Greeks is our fate. The same fate as Ethiopia, India, Great Britain, the Soviet Union. All world powers have faced the Grim Reaper. Our restaurants, our television, our backyards, our neighborhoods make us believe that this will not happen to us. It ain't gonna never. We are America. There's nothing greater or better. We're winning the war, da 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 da, and we don't even see the storm that's brewing. Because when it's God that's gonna sit you down and humble you and take away from you, ain't nothing you can do to stop it. He'll put it in the hearts and the minds of your citizens, world powers around you to come in and attack. He did it to every world power. He'll give your leaders dementia like Nebuchadnezzar. Seriously, he will. Just like he did to Joe Biden. He'll have division in your country. White versus black, black versus yellow, yellow versus red, red versus men versus women, women versus men. You'll have a shitstorm in your country, and before you look it up, niggas done seceded from because they said the Republicans was this way or that way, the liberals was that way, and we didn't want men and women sports and bloodshed, the border and everything. You got a whole freaking quagmire. Succeed and break down. Other places that start renaming themselves like Kazakhstan and Ukraine. This was all Russia. Now they got new names. New York will go their own way, and they'll partner up with Jersey and Rhode Island, and we go back to the New England states. Now you got the New England states, the States United, and a little portion which is still known as the United States of America. You don't see it coming. It's coming any single day now. If we don't straighten up and change our ways, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, what God showed me as a child, it was in my dreams. The same painful fate will be ours if we don't change. Now, I do believe, there's parts of me, I do believe, if we do change now, and we do the right thing, but we already broke the order, God still might spare us now. The old slave can put in a good request with God. Come on, God, give us a little break. It wasn't our fault. We went listening to Benjamin. God said, all right, we'll give you one more shot. Y'all did clean up and get all of the men out the women's sports. God said, y'all did, you blacks and whites, y'all did make amends. Y'all love each other now. Oh, well, okay. You know, y'all cleaning up and no men in the or skirts or whatever trans activity in the military and everything like that. Okay. God, like, I can kind of work with y'all. And you said you ain't gonna go to war again now, right? You ain't gonna let Benjamin get you this. Like, no, Lord, no. All right, we'll cut you a break, cause we get it. This is a little bit of hegemony, issues. You at the end of your rope, so you just had to. God is like, okay, I'll give you one more shot. Don't do it again. It's possible. But I need America to wake up and see that if God gives us this one more chance, you can't go do this again. Well, shit, we got away with it, man. Maybe you think he'll get us one more time? It's like being a drug dealer. You damn near get busted. You go to jail, you come out, and you're like, man, you know what? Instead of keeping the crack in my ass, instead of keeping the crack, on my pocket or here, there, I'm gonna keep it in the house, and I'm gonna go get. See, you're not supposed to keep the drugs. Period. You keep telling yourself, I ain't gonna get caught this time. I ain't gonna let them find it on me this time. Matter of fact, I'll go get somebody to hold it and work for me. You always like to find loopholes instead of just doing what's right. And America has to do what's right. Well, no, we ain't the one going to war. We just gonna give Israel the Tomahawk weapons. You still are in war, sir. Well, yeah, I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, you better think about it like that. God bless you. Have a good night.